Don't sue me!
Yo, it's Swiggy.
Alright, so my last few videos have been about one person, but today is a little different because I watch a lot of anime. And I need something to post about while I work on his video and his video. So today, we're going to be exploring the art of jumping. But not just somebody getting jumped. We're going to look at the time someone was about to get jumped and then beat up everybody. Everybody. And the first one is... So Gojo shows up in Shibuya and is investigating whatever they called him down here for. And that's when he runs into Jogo, Hanami, and Choso. So they close him into the subway and tell him that if he runs, they'll just keep mollywopping all the humans. And I want y'all to keep in mind that a lot of them can't see cursed spirits. So it looks like Gojo is just a dude with a blindfold talking to himself on the subway track. So Jogo and Hanami run up on Gojo, and Jogo looking like he been waiting to run this man fade. And Gojo really just sitting there watching him try to punch him like, dang, they learned a new trick. I mean, I'm about to beat their ass, but damn, I'm kind of proud. So Gojo teleports away and Jogo starts talking trash to Gojo. You know, the same dude who was running his pockets so bad that he left, got his student, then came back and kept beating his ass. So Gojo pulls down the blindfold and my boy went from joking and playing to he about to kill y'all. And this is when I knew that Gojo was on demon time, because he just casually walks up and stands between them and they immediately try to run this man's fade, but Gojo wipes a smile right off of Jogo's face. So Gojo rips Jogo's arm off and then uses it to block Hanami's punch and then kicks Hanami's ass right into the wall across the subway station and then proceeds to yeet Jogo's ass right over there with him. So Hanami notices that Gojo is not using Limitless and for whatever reason starts thinking shit sweet. But boy, was this dumb son of a bitch wrong, because Gojo jumps on their head and then proceeds to rip the roots right out of her head. And at this point, if I'm Jogo, fuck sealing Gojo, I want to live. But I mean, at least he knew Hanami was a real one, because even after getting mutilated by Gojo, she got up and still tried to jump him with Jogo. But this will be the last time that they would try to run up, because Gojo says, you know, the more y'all try to hit me, the stronger I have to keep up my cheat code. And I don't think your friend got the legs for it, don't you think? And then turns to Hanami with the most sadistic smile on his face and then proceeds to walk this dummy into a wall. So Jogo tries to change Gojo's attention, but all Gojo had playing up in his ear was melee, because the boy had murder on his mind and Hanami's blood was on the wall. So Jogo tries to run because he finally realized he ain't about that shit he was talking, and that's when Mahito shows up with an army of transfigured humans. And I hate how much Jogo gets the big chest whenever he fighting around his friends, because Gojo always show him he ain't nothing to mess with, and boy, did he do it. Because in the middle of them trying to think Gojo was weak, this dude threw out the domain expansion and blitzed every last one of the transfigured humans. I mean, I knew he was fast, but my boy was making Sonic look like a turtle out there. So Gojo done mollywop all the transfigured humans, but as we all know, the man still got sealed by whatever took over Geto's body. So Anos is sitting in class with Misha, and that's when they find out that they named him a Misfit, and then finds out for the last 2,000 years he been getting impersonated by someone else. So they're in class and his teacher tells the leader candidates to present themselves, and my boy Anos raises his hand proudly, but the teacher ain't having that. So Anos gets up and show her why he's the king. So Sasha walks up on Anos and Misha and tries to show off the demon eyes on Anos. But then Anos pulls out the same eyes and says, oh, what, you shocked? You thought you was the only one who could do this weak ass shit? And then stares off into her soul. So after school, Sasha walks up on Anos and Misha again and challenges him to a duel and says that if she wins, then Anos belongs to her. But if Anos wins, Sasha has to join his merry band of bitches. You know, that one statement makes me want to make a whole video about this show. So Sasha brings her whole crew and Anos brings Misha. And Sasha and her crew make this big battle castle. But Anos just walks up by himself, ready for the smoke. So Sasha starts talking like she knows she about to run Anos' fade, and Anos grabs the castle, tosses it in the air, grabs it with one hand, and yeets it across the fucking battlefield. And before he throws it, he says, y'all better hold on to something or y'all about to die. And at this point, I would have dropped out right there, because if that happened to me, no way I'm ever thinking I'm finna beat the nigga who threw my castle. So Sasha ain't backing down and says, all right, we gotta blast him. So they cast this big fire cannon spell at Anos, and my boy puts up one finger and says, I'm impressed. Here, have a fucking cookie, and blast they big ball with a small one that ends all of them. So Anos walks up and says, all right, don't forget our agreement. Welcome to the merry band of bitches. And Sasha gets pissed, but then Anos hits her with the, but baby, your eyes are so beautiful. I ain't never seen anybody look at me like that. And that's when Anos added another to his merry fucking band. So Natsu and Gajeel are about to fight Sting and Rogue, and they walking into this like Natsu light work, and boy could they have not been more wrong. Because before they could even get into their stance, Natsu and Gajeel already in their face beating they ass. I mean, showing them why they light work. It got so dirty that Natsu grabs Rogue's face, slams it into Sting's, and then runs right through him. So Sting and Rogue go into their drive forms and start beating Natsu and Gajeel ass. But if there's one thing about Natsu, is the more you try to beat his ass, the stronger he gets. Cause he gets hit with this stigma on his stomach and can't move. So Sting starts talking like the regular anime villain, but what Sting don't know is that Natsu got that dog in him. Cause he burns the stigmata off and then busts Sting right in his shit. And Gajeel get right back to beating Rogue ass. So Sting charges up his magic punch. And you know, a normal dude would just move, but Natsu ain't a regular dude. Because when Sting ran up on Natsu and made the screen go white, it flashed back and Natsu had this nigga hand in one hand. And yeah, you guessed it, got right back to beating his ass. So this is the part in the anime where the bad guy pulls out their super ultra form. Because Sting and Rogue turn on Dragon Force, and then Sting walks up and says, "Alright, don't worry about him. Hey, y'all can jump me." So Natsu and Gajeel try to jump this nigga, but Sting done went straight Super Saiyan and is running Natsu and Gajeel's fade by himself. I mean, my boy is fighting them like they wasn't just beating his ass. So Natsu and Gajeel are down, and then this is where the bullshit kicks in, because the power of friendship gets them back up. So Natsu looks at Gajeel and pushes this nigga into a minecart and then says, "Alright, y'all jump me now." So Sting and Rogue start trying to jump Natsu, and Natsu is just playing with him. Bro is beating them up like they didn't just unlock the ultimate Dragon Slayer power up. So Sting and Rogue are like, you know what? If you can't beat them, smoke them. And they combine their power into this big, super, ultra, big ass blast. And Natsu starts gathering the power of friendship again. But I say power of friendship, but really Natsu just had it in him the whole time, because ain't no way these niggas was gonna beat him. And then they blast with his Dragon Slayer secret art and wins with the power of fucking friendship. And that's the video. Leave a comment below about some of the other moments where someone was about to get jumped and then smoked everybody, because I'm low-key looking for all of them at this point. I didn't put some of the big ones I already know about in this video because I wanted to save those for another video, you know, trying to make a series over here. But don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, and roll my outro.